Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland, and I'm going to move that out of the way because of the glare. Today we're filming card 6 of Magical Meadow Class in the Post, or Class to Go, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use that die cut at some point in this card. So here's my sample card. So basically it's just a panel card with a tag. Simples really. So I've got some bits cut out. You have your PDF for your measurements. And please, 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 if I have made an error on any measurement, please talk to me about it. Please let me know. Don't just put up with it. Especially you guys in the States, because I may, I don't actually work with your size of paper, so I am open to constructive criticism. So we've got a card base. We're just doing the same colours again, Moody Mauve. And I've chosen a paper that's got the Moody Mauve berries on it. I've coloured my ribbon and I'll show you how I did that. And I've used a die cut. I've got a different one out this time. I don't have this sentiment handy. I can't remember what stamp set I got, but I had just decided. But what I'd rather do is just stamp this sentiment on the tag and then decorate it, but I'd forgotten that. Now I have coloured these faceted gems with my alcohol marker. Is probably not recommended because of the rough surface. You could damage your marker, so just saying, it's up to you whether you do or you don't. I probably told you the story before, but I did have a lady told me you're not allowed to do that with your pens. I did respond that my pens are my pens and I can do what I like with them. I think what she meant was it's not recommended because you might damage them, but if I want to damage my pens, then I'm a big girl, Anyhow, so first of all, what we'll do is we'll colour the ribbon, and then that way that can dry off, although it doesn't take that long, and we'll colour this, and then we can use that. Now what I need is a bit of scrap. Oh, do you know what? I've got a bit of cardboard here, something to protect your desk when you're working with alcohol markers, especially when you're doing the ribbon thing. So I happen to have a Granny Apple marker green. I don't have Pretty Peacock blends, alcohol pens, so I think I must have used marker pen. I think I've used marker pen on that, so again, you decide. So, but this time I'm just going to do the green. I think it's the dark Granny Apple green one I've got. There is the Granny Apple green in the paper, so I'm just going with it. I mean, you could take a while and, or you could watercolour. I just cut all the die cuts for the whole kit. I would just cut them out in white, and that's what I've allowed for in the sort of card allowance in the ones that go out in the post. Obviously, if you're working from the PDF without the class kit, then it's white for the die cuts. And I did some vellum for the first card and the last card. I've got some vellum die cuts in. So I can take, as little time or as long a time as you want. And I'm just this sort of like seed head type of thing here. I'm just, so again, use what you've got. Don't wait till you've ordered more things or anything like that. Just use what you've got. Right. So I've got that. I mean, even that as white on something, not on this card, but on another card, that would look amazing. But because it's going to be going on to a white background, it wouldn't show. Let's turn over in case we get green in amongst here. Because sometimes, you know, one alcohol pen ink can reactivate even ink that you think is dry. So basically and again, gently, because this ribbon is a bit rough, but just gently take, you could use a bullet point, but you know, that takes time. Just take it up. So again, you can, if you take sheer ribbon like this or a white ribbon, you can make it any colour you want it to be. Be aware the silver edge will take on the moody mauve as well. If you do it with the normal stamp marker pens, it takes much longer to dry. But I think, I've not been funny, but I think this sheer ribbon is a highly man-made mesh, and I'm not sure it would take a normal water-based ink. But I certainly like, yeah, see, so. Oh, sorry, an itchy back in the middle of filming. That's not so handy, is it? Oh, oh, need a bear to come and scratch my back. Right, so that's my ribbon coloured. My die cuts, I'm going to give them some moody mauve heads. And I'm not going to, you know, if you want to spend time and really blend these, you know, with the light and the dark and all that, great. But I don't think you want to watch me do that. I'll just add in colour. I mean, some of you guys that are clever at colouring, you could make these look 3D. That's me, I'm done. Get my scrap out of the way. Of course, I've started filming. I have no idea if I've got a glue that works. But let's just see, what are we going to do? Are we putting a... See, that is just pretty on there. Now, there aren't any sentiments on here that would work there because I want to have a decent bit of die cut on there. But if you've got... I don't know if I've got one that just set, you know, with a small word like joy or something. You should, you know, I should check these things before I start, shouldn't I? But then that wouldn't be me. That would be somebody else. See, this one says sending love, and I could probably just take the love word off there. So you could do something like that. Obviously, you can rake through your sentiments. Maybe, find what you want, but I'm thinking, and that is going to go on the card in that direction. So if I just... This time I'll just get my moody mauve stamp right marker, but you could get any colour that you want or have. I have to say, I'm very blessed and have all the Stampin' Up colours. Maybe I want to put that on a block though, Janice, before you try to stamp with it. Now you can use your ink pad, and you could use a post-it note to mask off the word that you don't want inked up. However, when I do that, I get in a mucky mess. I'm just telling you how it is. hopefully this will work. Give it a just to, and I'm popping the love right in the corner there. There you go, see? So you don't have to use a whole sentiment. And then, and again, I'm not going to be using a whole die cut. So I think what we'll do, we'll snip some bits off this one. We'll put this bit in the middle if the glue works. This is my first filming of today, so you never know what's... Oh, look, right away. Just going to pop that out there. And you can leave it at that, but you know, if you've got these bits. Oh, that pinged away there. So I'm thinking that would stick on there. It's not the bit I cut off there though. I was thinking for a minute, did you just cut that off there and try to add it back on? But it isn't. I think it's this. I'm changing the angle anyway. We'll just leave it at that. I don't think we need this bun. Or we could pop it there, but then it'll have 7 fingers. I'm just going to leave it. You decorate yours, you know, whatever way you want. And as I say, I did... I don't know where I put the... Have I put them away? I don't know where I've put the... Oh, no, I didn't put them away. Why does that not surprise you? So here we go. So we've got, these are the gems that come with this sweet multifaceted. I'm running low on them, and I've got these. So as I say, I coloured these because these all kind of took on a bluey tone. And I just took my blend and I used the billet end, and it's not come to any harm, and I just, you know, just tapped it over until that was basically pink. You don't even have to do the whole thing, it just gives you, just reflects the pink then. It's okay, so I've done that, so let's just use these. That means that's them, so they're ready for using at the end. So that's all the colouring being demonstrated. I'll keep that there. My tag is ready, my ribbon's ready, so I actually can thread that through. I used too much. I think I might have cut you the wee flower, but oh no, I've not cut them for you. I used a wee flower. Sorry, I used the teardrop there and the flower top in this one, just to let you see. Just using the different dies. So if you see the little in your die set, these little funny wee dies, that's what they're for popping in the tags. If you haven't worked that out, you probably have. Right, and they're just going to be trimmed off about there. It's maybe still too long, but that's fine. So we'll put these sequins out the way, we're not going to use them. Right, so I do need that glue. So, and I need to stamp something for my inside panel. So this time I'll just do some leaves. In that one, I reflected the berries back inside. This time I'm just going to do a bit of just some granny apple green inside. These stamps are just so lovely. And this time I just pop them leaves up the side. So, we decorate differently every time, just whatever mood you're in. And after I cut this card piece, I think I changed my blade because it started to go a bit hairy. That's it. And then you've got your paper. Now these were cut from the one piece of paper, so the strips should go. That doesn't look right, Janice. So yeah, they were like that originally. So let's just glue up this one. So the best way to do this is to do the end one. We'll leave the middle one there and then do this end, and then you just pop the middle in the middle. Funnily enough. It just helps you to get sort of equal borders between them, so that's going to go in there. So it's not a terribly complicated card. It's just got a few bits and pieces to do, and yeah, so that's how your panel's going on there. So once you've done all the individual little bits, putting it together isn't difficult. And I think that is where, you know, somebody breaking down the steps for you makes you realise these things are not too complicated. Right, there we go. Some dimensionals on the back. So the for those who don't know, the tags that I used for along with the Magical Meadow bundle are the Something Fancy dies. I had them out earlier. Yay. Especially you ladies that are doing the PDF, the Something Fancy dies. If you don't have them, tailored tags would work. And other, you know, other die sets, there's loads. So yeah, I've not tidied these up, so it'll be hard for you to see what they do. So these two stack, then we've got, in fact there's 3 that go there. This one there's 2 in that shape. Then you've got 2 tags, and you've got these various ways that you can decorate your tag. Look, this one, I haven't even tried that one. And then there's a 3rd layer in that. Then you've got that wee one and a hexagon. So it's a nice handy wee die set. Hexagon would be great for using up your scrap paper and doing a bit of patchwork. So there you go. Probably took me to card 6 to tell you that. Sorry. And then just arrange your tag on the card wherever you want it. You can, if you think your ribbon's going to move about too much, you can, you know, pop a glue dot. I'm just going to leave it to settle, because once it goes in an envelope it'll be fine. So that is card 6. So thank you very much for watching along. I hope you're happy with the card you've made and it wasn't too hard to craft along with me. And I'll see you in card 7. Thank you so much.